Hi friends, welcome to Rita's Paper Motif. Today I want to share with you the paper pumpkin for February 2026. So before I get started with that, quickly I wanted to introduce myself. I'm Rita. I like to create card designs, scrapbook pages, and 3D projects. I like to share them with you in hopes that it'll inspire you to share with those that matter in your life. Now, if you're watching here on YouTube, please consider subscribing to my channel. If you hit that notification icon, you will be notified when I upload new content. Also, if you're watching here on Facebook, then please consider following me. And of course, always your likes and shares are appreciated. So I thank you so much in advance for that. All right, so as you know, the papermotif.com, that's my website. It's also where my blog lives. It's where you can get to my online store. That is the very best way to keep up with what's going on in my craft room, because it's where I can share all that I do, and some might include videos, some might not. So anyway, that is the best place. And also those that sign up for my newsletter now in February are getting a free tutorial to help them with some project ideas. So I don't want to give it away, but just know that that is what's you're going to receive if you sign up now in February. All right, so what I like to do when I'm crafting is I like to take all the crafting opportunities that are available. I like to take the kits. I like to take, of course, stamps and our beautiful designer series paper and the dies, all of it. I love all of it. So I like to take that up and use it, and then share with you, just to give you ideas that you can, as a jumping off point, or you're definitely welcome to case these ideas. One of the things that I like to do on the fourth Thursday of the month is I like to use the paper pumpkin. So the paper pumpkin is a kit, which means it's all inclusive. So whatever the intended project is in this box, it's going to have all of the items, all of the supplies I need to create those intended projects. Now, sometimes you may want to add scissors. I like to change out the adhesive many times. So that's something that you definitely can do if you choose to do it. But if you choose not to do it, then everything is in here. And that's great, because if you're traveling and you want to craft, you have everything in a little box like this. If you are just starting out in the paper crafting world, this is great too, because you can start to build up your supplies with the items that are in the kit. If you are you just want something to have laying around that when you just want to break but you still want to craft, this is great too. Now what I like to do is I like to take the items that are in this box, and I like to add items from my craft room just to create alternative designs. But I wanted to open this up in front of you today because Thursday, because Thursday I want to come back and create those alternatives. And so I always struggle with the fact that I like you to see what's in the box before I sort it all out and get to cutting it. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take out the stamp set that's in here. And so I know that it's kind of hard to see what these stamps are. So I'm just going to bring in a printout so you can see that with these stamps we have an egg, we have some grass, we have another egg, and then we have the sentiments, Happy Easter, Sweet Spring Greetings, and Hello Friend. And then we'll get into that in a minute. But here is the stamp set. So when you subscribe to your paper pumpkin in the subscription time, so you can't get February anymore unless you subscribe, and then you can go back and get the refills, but you don't get the stamp set. And so if you want to subscribe to the paper pumpkin, you do that between the 11th of one month and the 10th of the next. So if you want March's paper pumpkin, which is going to be cute, then the time to subscribe is between now and before the 10th of March. And then at the end of the month, you get the kit. And then it's, you know, it's all paid for and everything because you subscribe to it. And so it's great to go with that. All right, so you get the stamp set. You'll also get an ink spot. If it is your first time subscribing to Paper Pumpkin, you'll get an acrylic block that you can use to place your stamps on before you ink them up so that you can create with those. So I'm going to put that right here because we're going to see a printout, so I can fold it in that and then put it in a sleeve. You also get this little ink block, spot, and it is a 1x1 little cube that has the same color of ink. So whatever, if this is Shy Shamrock, so if you're using Shy Shamrock ink or Shy Shamrock cardstock or blends, or it's all going to be the same shade, so you don't have to mix and match. And that's the beauty of Stampin' Up! Product, is that it all coordinates together, and whatever color that you're getting, it's across the board the same. So these are great because you can, if you're starting out, this is a good way to get many of the colors, and you never know what color is going to come in the kit, in the Paper Pumpkin, but it's a good way to just kind of start building up your inventory. So I don't have one of those acrylic blocks because obviously this is not the first Paper Pumpkin I'm getting. But then it's all wrapped up in this tissue paper, which you can definitely save. It's up to you. I save it for the most part, but sometimes, you know, enough is enough, right? So, okay, so this is how this comes. All of the goodies come in here like this. Now, I'm going to go ahead and open this up. I don't know, I hate plastic. Of course, these aren't the best scissors, but I left my scissors in the other room. Here we go. All right, so here we go. So I just open this up, get this all unwrapped here, and you see right off the bat we have this beautiful twine. We have some adhesive. So there are some glue dots, and these I usually save these. I don't usually use them for my kit because they're great to give when I send out kits. They're great to give. And then there are some dimensionals, and so these are the mini dimensionals, and you can see because of the size. And then we have some jewels that are in here as well. So they're kind of iridescent. However, the light is hitting them. You'll see pinks, light blues, greens. So that's all. We're going to have all of those in our kit. Now, I usually find that I don't always use, I most often use all the dimensionals, but I don't always use these because sometimes I like, when I'm doing my alternatives, I'll use items from my stash, right? So I'm going to go ahead and take this off. I'm just saying this plastic is really on your tight, so I didn't want you to have to watch me struggle, but all right. So we're going to move these all to the side so that we have room here. So this is a card, obviously a card kit. So we have all of the envelopes, and you can see that these envelopes are all decorated. So, you know, we always say don't send naked envelopes. So these are all decorated, and they look absolutely gorgeous. They will fit any A2 size card. So if the front of your card, when it's folded, measures 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, then it is definitely going to fit in that card. All right, and so then we also see that there are some card bases. So we have 3 of that color, and with the little decorations around it. We have some, obviously these are card fronts that are going to sit on a card base. So there's 3 of those. We have some more card bases with some like little flowers on the bottom, very springy. And actually the name of this kit is called Celebrate Spring. So we know that it's all going to be about spring, right? So let's see here. We also have some more card bases. These are basic beige. They actually look like, so I have a lot of sun in here and I have my lights on. This, I'm going to look at the colors before I tell you what that is. So we'll look at that. So the colors, the kit colors, and you'll see it on the back of this. These are the instructions that come in the kit. So it doesn't matter what language you speak, you'll be able to follow the same directions that I get because they're all illustrated. And so on the back, it tells you all the information you might want to know. It says coordinating stamp up colors are Balmy Blue, Crumb Cake, Lemon Lolly, Peach Pie, Pretty in Pink, and Shy Shamrock. And the kit, so this I'm going to say is, I'm going to say it's a very soft, probably Lemon Lolly. All right, and then we see, so this is on the back. It comes like on the back here of this tag board. So I'm just going to move it to the side because we've looked at it. And then you'll get this little printout. This tells you what the stamps are. So I just take my stamps, I fold them just like this, and I put these in an Avery L envelope, and I just with my labeler label it, and then I keep them because I use them all the time. So let's see how many, 9 card bases, 9 envelopes. We have 3 of these card fronts. We have some little punch outs right here, and I'm just going to bring in my separator, and let's just take them apart. Because I'm doing alternatives, I don't always like stack them on the stack them together with a card that they go to. So let me explain that in a little bit here. So if you look here, you can see what items would go with each card. So we know that card base right here is going to go with this card right here, and that is the it's this card base right here. So it would go right there on that card base, right? And then we would have a bunny that we should find in here, and we'll have a circular or ovalish frame that'll go there. But let's go ahead and punch these out so I don't get distracted here. So I'm just going to do this a little bit, might be outside your range, but I'm sure you could figure out how to punch these out. So no real need to have to see me do it exactly, but so I just sort them in a way that makes sense to me. And I got this little sorter from, I don't remember who gave me the idea, but I got it from Amazon. So you can see how thick these are. So anyway, so yeah, that's what I use. And I just kind of get them all organized here. Because what's going to happen is when I go to create, then I see all of these separate, and I don't have to stop and, punch them all out. And then after I do this, I can just take my kit and my card, or this tray and my card bases and just get to it, right? So, I also wanted to say that if you subscribe to the Paper Pumpkin with me as your demonstrator, you are more than welcome to join me for a separate class where all that we do is alternatives. So you're more than welcome to do that. Once you subscribe to the Paper Pumpkin with me as your demonstrator, then I send you all the info, and then you can, choose to participate. So here I am still doing this. So you can see we already have a lot. We had 3 sheets of this, which I had a sentiment strip. This is a little tag, and I don't know if you can see it, but right here in the middle is a little tag. So if you had a, I don't want to, yeah, if you had, when When you're ready to use it, just take your take a pick tool, and you can just like take out that little circular part that is there, and then you can use, obviously you're going to be using your twine, right? So I'll just go ahead and put my twine in there so it goes with that. And then we can see that we have some eggs. Now these eggs, when we look at our directions, we know it's going to go with a basket. It's going to go on that bluish card that we had here. So then also we can see here that there is that lovely basket. And this paper pumpkin coordinates with the Easter Joy. I'm going to put this here. With the Easter Joy, I'm going to save this because I don't know if I'll use it. With the Easter Joy Stampin' die set, or that collection. So when you have paper pumpkins that coordinate, that's really great because, you know, you just have something that's like an extension that you can use, right? And we also have add-on dies that go with the paper pumpkin. So for January, February, and March, there's a set of dies. And then for April, May, and June, there's another set of dies, and you can add on. You don't get them along with the paper pumpkin, but you can definitely add on to them. And so that just will extend, you know, your capabilities of your crafting. So I'm going to assume that I don't need this, and I can't think, you know, I try not to save little things like that for my scraps, because there for a while I had so many scraps that I didn't know what to do with them. So I just try to make a little bit better judgment of what to save. But you know what? If you're one that uses them, by all means, save them. All right, so I'm just almost done here. So you can see what's in the paper pumpkin kit, right? You're getting a good idea of what's in here. And so when I come back on Thursday, we're going to take these items, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to bring in, I might bring in, well, I know I'm going to bring in cardstock. I might bring in some other dies. I might even bring in a card sketch. Sometimes I take these materials and I'll do even a scrapbook page with them. So there's just a, I don't, you know, as I play with it, I mean, of course I have ideas, but I don't want to give them away. So I want you to come back on Thursday and see what I do. And then, you know, it's totally up to you if you want to do the alternatives, or you want to do as stated in the kit directions. So I'm almost finished here, and then we're going to tie this up. But I want to thank you for stopping by today. I just wanted you to see what was in my paper pumpkin. Now, if you already have your paper pumpkin, then probably you have already left me. But if you don't, I want to encourage you to think about subscribing to the paper pumpkin, just because it has so many opportunities for you to craft, and everything is there. I don't have to do any die cutting. If I want to use the kit just as it is, I don't have to do any die cutting. I don't have to do any of that. And so for me, that's a good thing. Now, I do save this because sometimes I'll use it to stamp off my stamps, or if you're crafting on the go, this is a good pad, so that when you stamp, a lot of times the photopolymer stamps will, they just kind of stamp better when they have something to cushion them. So if we look at all of these card bases that we have, then we see that, and if we looked at all the directions, then we see that these go right here on this card right here, and then you have that, so you can already see how it fits together. And of course I have it upside down, but you can see all those kind of cute things. And if you put little Mr. Bunny in there, then it's just even cuter, isn't it? So these are Easter cards. You can make them into spring if you don't do Easter, so that's definitely something that you could do. And then here's this card, and then that one just uses a lot of the little flowers with the greenery here. So there's that. And then this blue one is where we use the basket. If you follow just the directions, then this would be where you have the basket. You would use that little tag with the twine. So it would kind of like identify the basket. And then of course you put the eggs inside and then some flowers. So very, very cute kit. And I just wanted to show that to you and invite you to come back on Thursday as I put together some alternatives. Now, obviously, I can't show you all the alternatives because sometimes I end up with 20, 30 alternatives, and there's no way we could sit through a video for all of that. So I just will show you a few and how I created them, and then you can definitely go to the website to look and see. And also know, many of our card designs that we do, even though we're using a particular medium or maybe a certain DSP or cardstock, you can always change it up for what you have in your stash. So I want to say thank you for stopping by. I want you to have a good weekend, and we will see you on Thursday. So bye now.